This has happened to me as well. I recall sitting across from someone I was dating and asking about their previous relationship. Their response? It was all their fault. They were impossible to deal with. At first, I brushed it off, but over time, subtle red flags emerged. They never took accountability, avoided reflecting on their actions, and frequently blamed others for their struggles. That's when I realized this wasn't just about their ex, it was a recurring pattern. This experience taught me an important lesson I want to share today. There's one question that can reveal a lot about someone's emotional maturity. What went wrong in your last relationship? The answer can show whether they've done the necessary self-work or are still stuck in unresolved emotional cycles. Let's break this down together because understanding this question might save you from months or even years of heartache. 1. Recognizing patterns of blame. When someone claims their ex was entirely at fault, it might initially seem like they're being transparent. However, beneath the surface, this response often signals a deeper issue, an unwillingness to engage in self-reflection. Blaming others without considering personal accountability reveals a lack of emotional awareness and maturity. Let's consider Elizabeth Gilbert's memoir Pray, Love. In reflecting on her failed marriage, Gilbert doesn't place the blame solely on her partner. Instead, she courageously examines her own dissatisfaction and choices, painting a nuanced picture of a relationship that faltered due to shared struggles. This level of introspection is rare but incredibly vital for personal growth. Now, picture yourself dating someone who continually criticizes their ex. Every conversation about their past relationship becomes a monologue of blame. What does this say about their ability to navigate conflicts or learn from their mistakes? If they've never acknowledged their role in the challenges they faced, it's likely they haven't grown from those experiences, and they might repeat the same behaviors in your relationship. Emotional growth manifests in subtle but powerful ways. A mature person might reflect on their past with statements like, "I realized I needed to communicate my needs better," or "I learned that I didn't handle stress in the healthiest way." These responses don't shy away from admitting flaws, but demonstrate a willingness to learn and improve. They signal someone actively working to break patterns and become a better partner. On the flip side, constant criticism of an ex without self-awareness should raise a red flag. It indicates they may see themselves as a perpetual victim, unable to grow from their experiences. A relationship is a two-way street, and it's only when both individuals can own their part that true progress and connection can occur. Reflecting on how someone speaks about their past relationships can provide invaluable insights into their emotional maturity. It's not just about what they say, it's about whether they've taken steps to better themselves, acknowledge their missteps, and prepare for a healthier future with you. 2. Relationships are a two-way street. Breakups rarely happen solely because of one person. Every relationship is a dynamic interplay between two individuals, each contributing their actions, choices, and responses. To understand this better, imagine a relationship as a car ride. You're in the driver's seat, and your partner is the co-driver. If there's a crash, it's not just about who was steering, it's also about the directions being given, how well they were communicated, and whether the driver listened. This analogy underscores the concept of shared responsibility in relationships. In any partnership, both individuals influence the journey. Sometimes, one might take the lead while the other provides support, and other times, roles reverse. However, when problems arise, they often stem from miscommunication, unmet expectations, or unresolved issues on both sides. For instance, a partner who feels unheard may stop sharing their thoughts, while the other might misinterpret the silence as indifference. Over time, this disconnect can create a domino effect, leading to frustration, misunderstandings, and eventually, a breakup. A healthy relationship thrives when both people recognize that maintaining it requires effort, compromise, and accountability. As M. Scott Peck emphasizes in The Road Less Traveled, Love is an act of will, a deliberate choice to nurture the connection and work through challenges. This means both partners must acknowledge their roles, whether in moments of conflict or harmony. If one person consistently blames the other for everything that goes wrong, it reveals a lack of maturity and a refusal to engage in the shared responsibility that relationships demand. Let's revisit the car analogy. If the co-driver provides unclear directions, the driver might veer off course. Similarly, if the driver ignores well-intentioned guidance, the journey could end in disaster. In both cases, the outcome depends on how well the two communicate, trust each other, and adapt to challenges together. Just as a car needs both a driver and a functioning navigation system to reach its destination, a relationship requires effort and accountability from both parties to succeed. When reflecting on a past relationship, a mature person acknowledges their contributions to its outcome. Instead of saying, "It was all their fault," they might admit, "I realized I wasn't as present as I should have been," or "I struggled to express my emotions clearly." These statements demonstrate emotional growth and a willingness to learn from the past. In contrast, someone who insists they were entirely blameless is likely to repeat the same patterns, as they haven't done the introspective work necessary for personal development. Ultimately, relationships are partnerships. Both people need to invest time, energy, and self-awareness to navigate the ups and downs together. When evaluating a new relationship or reflecting on an old one, ask yourself, does this person see relationships as a collaborative effort, or are they quick to assign blame? Understanding this distinction can be the key to building a healthier and more fulfilling connection in the future. In Scott Peck's The Road Less Traveled, he explains that love requires mutual effort and a willingness to grow. If someone only sees themselves as the victim, they may struggle to embrace this concept. Ask yourself, do they view relationships as a partnership, or are they simply looking for someone to blame? 3. Dealing with emotional baggage. Unresolved emotional baggage can weigh heavily on any new relationship. Imagine packing for a trip but throwing in random clutter, old clothes, broken gadgets, unnecessary junk. When you arrive, that baggage only slows you down. Relationships are similar. Unprocessed emotions from the past will inevitably spill over. For instance, if someone says their ex was a narcissist, don't just nod. Ask what steps they've taken to heal. Have they sought therapy, started journaling, or joined a support group? Taking action to address emotional wounds is a sign of growth. Conversely, responses like, "I just avoid thinking about it," are red flags that unresolved issues may still linger. 4. The power of self-reflection. Self-reflection is like spring cleaning. You uncover hidden gems, but also face the mess you've been avoiding. A person who says, "I realized I was too controlling in my last relationship," demonstrates they've taken responsibility for their actions. This is a strong sign of personal growth. A friend once shared how meditation helped him navigate a breakup. During one session, he realized he'd always prioritized his partner's needs over his own. That epiphany led to setting healthier boundaries in future relationships. Lessons like this remind us of Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning, where he emphasizes finding purpose even in hardship. Someone who learns and grows from past experiences is like a diamond polished under pressure. 5. Asking the tough questions. Discussing someone's past relationships isn't small talk. It's a window into their emotional depth. Pay close attention not just to what they say, but how they say it. For instance, if someone explains, "We wanted different things, but I realized I need to communicate better," it shows they've thought deeply about their past. On the other hand, a response like, "They were awful," with no further explanation, may signal a lack of emotional growth. A story comes to mind. I once met someone who faced a profound question from a friend. "What do you think your ex would say about you?" That question shifted their perspective. Instead of placing blame, they began owning their role in the relationship. Asking thoughtful questions may feel uncomfortable, but it's like shining a flashlight in a dark room. It reveals what's hidden. 6. Bringing it all together. Every relationship has challenges, but the people who grow are the ones who take responsibility for their mistakes and work towards self-improvement. When someone can admit their faults and explain how they've grown, they're showing they're ready for a healthier, more fulfilling connection. The next time you're getting to know someone, don't shy away from asking difficult questions. Pay attention to their answers. And remember, you're not just looking for a partner, you're looking for someone who's committed to growth. As Marcus Aurelius once said, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Apply this principle to your relationships too. Don't settle for less than you deserve. You're worth it.